The Nephilim, mentioned in the Bible, are shrouded in mystery. Initially referenced in Genesis, they are depicted as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men, possibly implying a union between heavenly beings and humans. Described as heroes of old, men of renown, their true nature remains a topic of debate, with interpretations ranging from giants to powerful warriors. The intrigue deepens in the Book of Numbers, where the Nephilim are mentioned again.
I'm not gonna lie, listen, man, these giants right here is so tall, I could see why they did the flood to overpower them. Straight up. Alright, sit back, relax, and enjoy this new content. Let's re-engage together.
From these unions came the Nephilim, described as giants and heroes of great renown.
Who were the Nephilim? And what were the fallen angels? Were they really angels? If not, what were they? Now let's deep dive into this subject and find out more about it.
In the ancient world, tales of giants have always fascinated and mystified humanity. Among these legends, the story of the Nephilim stands out. Mighty beings born from the union of divine watchers and human women. Today, we explore the origins, rise, and legacy of the Nephilim, as told in the apocryphal Book of Enoch and other ancient texts. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, introduces us to the Nephilim. According to this text, a group of celestial beings known as the Watchers descended to Earth on Mount Hermon. Captivated by the beauty of human women, these Watchers took them as wives.
See, we all know the Watchers. We all heard of the 200 fallen angels. But my thing is, we got to get to try to figure out, okay, the sons of God, right? We got to figure out, what's this wing concept come from? You feel me? The wings.
Defying divine orders. From these unions came the Nephilim, described as giants and heroes of great renown.
Yeah,
these offspring were not ordinary humans, but beings of immense size and strength, standing out in the early history of mankind.
Huge power.
One of the rising questions we get is, how did this woman give birth to these giants?
That's
the answer to the question is not that complicated.
Listen. That's exactly what I've been asking for a long time. I basically want to know, like, how is they having sex with little humans and you this tall? This is what's boggling me, though.
You just normal-sized babies that grew to be giants.
Now, we understand that, but what we saying is sexual intercourse. How did that happen? You know what I mean?
Just like a tree. First, it's like a little plant. Then it...
See, he never mentioned about the sexual intercourse part. You understand what I'm saying? Because I truly believe that these giants reprogrammed human women in order to want big penises.
It turns into a humongous tree.
The presence of the Nephilim on Earth brought both marvel and terror. They possessed extraordinary abilities and knowledge passed down from their celestial fathers.
That's a fact.
However, their dominance led to widespread corruption and violence.
Nah, serious. Look how big his head is and his body. He could take a human with his hand and just toss him across the field.
They used their power to subjugate and control humanity. The Watchers, along with...
These guys is huge.
The Nephilim taught
Welcome to part 2 of this Nephilim.
Humans forbidden knowledge, metalworking, weaponry, enchantments,
And that's exactly what I was saying. They was the ones that first started doing all the weaponry and all of the swords and the knives and all that type of stuff.
Other arcane arts. This influx of...
And also, them doorways. Look at them doorways right there, yo. Them doorways is huge. I said this mad times, like, why do we see the pyramids in all these places with these huge doorways and we ain't that huge?
Knowledge, while advancing human civilization, also brought chaos and moral decay as
yeah, that was that chaos that they had to do the flood to get rid of them.
Humanity grappled with the newfound power. Seeing the corruption and suffering caused by the Nephilim and their celestial fathers, God decreed a severe judgment. The archangels were commanded...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that was God now. Now I'm thinking that was these extraterrestrial beings like the Anunnaki or whatever may have you. I'm thinking they the ones now that got them up out of here.
To imprison the Watchers, and the Great Flood was sent to cleanse.
It was no way you was getting rid of these giants. These giants was too tall to fall.
The earth of the Nephilim's influence. The Great Flood.
Yeah, you had to flood them out. They had to get flooded out.
A cataclysmic event was meant to erase the Nephilim from the face of the earth.
Now that makes sense. That makes sense now, because the whole time we've been thinking, what was the purpose of the flood? To get rid of what? To get rid of what? Now that's crazy, because it don't gotta be no magic involved to send these waters to flush them out.
Yet, the legacy of these giants persisted in the stories and myths of various cultures around the world. From the Greek Titans to the Norse Jotun, echoes of the Nephilim story can be found across different civilizations.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't want to believe them too, to now when we finding all these huge swords, all these potteries and, clothes they used to wear. And we even getting videos now. Everybody's saying it's CGI. What do you think?
So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you on my next video.
Why is this not being talked about, y'all? Now, y'all know they...
Now look at this body here. Look at this head and look at this body. Look at all the people standing around it. This is not CGI, gang.
They've been finding some crazy shit lately around the world. And they're also finding giant people, yo. Like, that's a giant mummy. So basically on the left side, this is like a sculpture, a new sculpture that was like bound underneath the ground, yo. And then on the other side, these are mummies that they just recently found, yo. Now, what does that look like right there?
Oh, wow, so you telling me that the giants was getting mummified?
And no, this is not AI generated.
Wait a minute, so giants was getting mummified as well? That's crazy.
Now, let me tell y'all one thing. Every single video or picture that you see is not always AI generated, yo. Now, I need y'all to wake up, because if
that's exactly what they all think, though, gang.
If y'all start thinking that everything is AI generated, then you're automatically lost forever.
And that's the point. What they trying to do? They want you to think that everything AI generated. Don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Think about what I'm saying, yo. Now, mind you, I know there's a lot of AI content and all that and everything. You feel me? But not everything. There's a lot of mysteries, y'all, that's being uncovered around the world right now, and it's time for y'all to.
Now that face look crazy. I look like my homegirl Yolanda, rest in peace, man. Damn, that looked like Yolanda's face when she got old. Look at that face. Look at the rap. Look at the people standing inside next to it. How small they are. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what I was talking about, y'all. Those big swords. There they go right there. Now look at him. He can't even lift that sword. It's going to take about 10 people to lift that sword. That's real talk. That's real talk. It's going to take 10 people to lift that.
Giants were petrified after the Great Flood. There are several mountains and islands that seem to look too humanoid to be random formations. There is even a movie called Moana, where there was an island that was a sleeping giant woman. We all know of the story about the Nephilim giants in the Great Flood. People say, if there are giants, why haven't giant bones been recovered? Well, they have, but not mere bones, but entire petrified Nephilim bodies.
That's crazy. So whole bodies has been like what? Flash stone, flash burnt, flash frozen. I mean,
These giants were wiped out. They became petrified and are seen all over the world, yet mistaken for mountains and islands. The giants were indeed that huge. The Book of Enoch describes giants as being 450 feet tall.
Wait a minute, 450 feet tall? Alright, now we got some numbers to go off of now, gang.
Just so you can put the size of these behemoths into perspective, here is a photo of a man next to a
500... I got him in perspective. This is crazy.
100-foot statue called the Statue of Unity in India. This statue is around the same size as the actual Nephilim giants, and a full adult male isn't even taller than its toe.
What?
These giants were so tall that they could easily be mistaken as a mountain once petrified and vegetation grows around and over them.
That's huge. That's supposed to be Michael? And Satan? That's Adam? Notice how they made Adam black though, right? Look at Moses. Alright, Enoch, there you go. Look at Noah. Mary. Eve. Christ. The Nephilim. Now look at these guys here, 450 feet tall. Knocking people down like it's nothing. This look like a good movie right here. This might be this is definitely CGI reenacted right here though. I looked at fire though.
They were sent to protect.
The Watchers. Enoch. The Watchers. We gotta get into this. We gotta dive into these type of stuff here, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. You know what I'm saying?
Tasked with watching over humanity, guiding them on the path of divine righteousness. But what begins in duty soon turns to desire. They fell in love with God's most beautiful creation. But what was forbidden could not remain hidden. From their union, giants were born. Creatures of immense power.
Woo, them guys is tall, baby.
The world fell into chaos as corruption spread.
This is like a summary, I guess.
Like wildfire. Heaven watched in despair as their once loyal sentinels became the architect.
Huge. Imagine having to go to war with that right there. I don't think you coming out with no wins, Camp.
Of ruin. And in the end,
you see, they had to wash them out. These guys was too big. They was too big. It was nothing that was putting them down. They ain't have no. Whew. These guys was huge.
They were judged. Some sins cannot be forgiven.
Just imagine how many Nephilim's bones is in the sea on the bottom. Like they said, it gets covered with vegetation and then we can't see it no more. It look like a mountain or it look like, you know, one of the artifacts or something like that. That's crazy, gang. Just imagine. It gotta be mad bodies and stuff under the sea that we didn't even find yet. Straight up, I truly believe that. I truly believe it's mad stuff under the sea we ain't even find yet.
Everybody heard about the story of the petrified giants inside of the Bible, right?
See, just like right there, like he does look like he's sleeping. His body turned into some type of rock or something.
I think I just might have came across something that y'all might find very interesting. So all over the world, people have been finding these strange, mysterious crystals.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was definitely seeing about these red crystals and these rocks they cutting out. And that do look like it could be, you know, they bone or something.
Resemble and look like tissue and muscle. See, as you can see right here.
That's a fact, gang. We might be on to something.
This is the crystal. This is like a steak or something. Another one. This is another one looking like layers of fat muscle in it.
Right. And that do look like mad red.
Tissue. Once again, another one.
Y'all can't tell me this doesn't look like muscle and tissue. They even made furniture out of it. And see, now what we were just looking at was a crystal that was called rhodonite, which is a manganese silicate. And see, now the craziest part is you can find manganese inside of the body. Yeah, stored inside of bones and small amounts inside the liver, brain, kidneys, and pancreas. And it also helps the body maintain stable tissue. Don't you guys just find that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting? Now I guess it is more to the mystery about the Nephilim and the giants that we know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the giants and these strange flesh-like crystals found all over the world in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Yeah.
I don't know if this is CGI or not, but this here looks crazy. This looks crazy. This is your modern day He-Man right here. That was crazy. This guy's feet, man. Look at his calves. Crazy. You got feet of stone or something. Like feet of stone. These graphics is crazy. They taking flight. What is she scared for? Those must not be good angels. Cause she's shook. Are they landing or?
A world where gods walk among men. The gods will underestimate their creation. A war will be fought, as above, so below, where the freedom of mankind is at stake.
They getting crazy with these movies.
Family, but many of us can see through the veil.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they getting crazy with these movies, gang.
Should I say they were one of the old warriors?
I can't wait to see one of these Jones. Yeah, one of these movies is gonna be real enjoyable on that big screen. And you notice that they putting out a lot of movies about these Nephilims right now. A lot of movies is coming out, gang.
Chicos, nueva película que...
Is that a body? Yeah, that was a body, bro. That was a body. That was a body. That was a body. Hold on. I'm looking at the way the head is like bobbling, y'all. This looks like a body, y'all. Y'all tell me, is this CGI here? I seen the knees and all that. That looked crazy. That looked crazy.
Hello everyone, I'm back with more proof that we're living in the upside down. Shortly before the Iraq invasion in April of 2003, George Fassbinder, a German archaeologist in an area that used to be covered up by the Euphrates River, found the body of Gilgamesh
That's crazy.
and Enkidu along with the tomb. If you don't already know, it is claimed in the Epic of Gilgamesh that Gilgamesh is buried beneath the Euphrates River. Gilgamesh is claimed to be the fifth post-Diluvian ruler who built the great temples and cities, also restoring Uruk after the flood, which is now known as Iraq. Gilgamesh is alleged to be two-thirds god.
Is this CGI, y'all? What y'all think?
His mother was a goddess and his father was a human king of Uruk. Many of the structures found around the tomb were described in the Epic of Gilgamesh. His body is found with Enkidu.
He died with his eyes open?
Like Gilgamesh, who was sent to kill him. The two battled and eventually struck up an unlikely friendship. The Bible refers to him as Nimrod. Nimrod was the first world dictator, and as many Bible scholars believe, he will be the last. Is the world ready to receive the Antichrist?
Look at this. we gotta mute that. We don't want no copyrights. We want y'all to get this. These guys is huge. Huge, I tell you. Look at these guys. It's crazy.
A mighty hunter before the Lord, the great grandson of Noah, king of Babylon and Nineveh, and a mysterious lineage linked to the Nephilim and the Anunnaki. The Nephilim, the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men, giants who walked the earth before the flood. Genesis 6:4 says, "The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men of old, men of renown." We're told the Nephilim were mighty warriors and men of renown. The next mighty man appears in Genesis 10:8-9. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore, it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in Shinar. From there he went to a
It's crazy how they got all the names.
Nimrod emerges as a prime candidate for an Anunnaki Nephilim hybrid lineage. His reputation as a mighty hunter and a powerful king could be seen as evidence of his superhuman abilities, traits that might be inherited from his divine ancestry. His ambition to build the Tower of Babel, an edifice reaching the heavens, reflects the ancient desire to contention.
There's no human. We're meant to see.
Wow. Yeah, that was some type of creature. You can see the teeth and all that. This is that wasn't made. The rocks were alive.
On January 2nd, 2024, a large police presence was spotted at the Bayside Marketplace, an outdoor
Yeah, we
mall
remember
in
this.
Florida.
We remember this.
The police report stated that it was an incident involving teenagers with sticks and firearms.
Right. Yep,
that
they
caused
did
a
lie
panic
about that.
among shoppers. The problem that most people
Yes,
are
they
having
did.
with
They
this
did
report
lie.
is the sheer number of police vehicles involved, around 100.
Right, look, he was running
surrounded the
mad
mall
fast. You
just
seen
for
that?
a small group of teenagers, 4 total, that had fireworks and sticks. Then eyewitness reports began surfacing of 8 to 10 foot creatures, which were entering the mall, which really caused the mass panic from shoppers to the point
Right.
who were armed began to fire upon the large creatures. This caused the power to be cut from the mall and surrounding homes, and black helicopters sent into the air to scan the area, shutting down the Miami airport until the search was finished. Some have described these creatures as zombies to reptilians, to even Nephilim in nature as they entered the marketplace. What are these creatures? Are they a sign of the last days of Noah, or is it a government experiment gone AWOL?
You know that they've been trying to retrieve the footage to that, and somebody has some footage that they didn't retrieve running around. Somebody got that footage, y'all. They gonna start putting it out in a second. It's gonna all leak out, man. Final disclosures here. It's gonna all come out. It's all coming out.
Or Anakites were a formidable race of giant warlike people who occupied the lands of southern Palestine near Hebron before the arrival of the Israelites. Their ancestry has been traced back to Anak, the son of Arba, who was regarded as the greatest man among the Anakim. The name Anakim is said by some to mean long-necked or tall. Some scholars have theorized that the Anakim could be connected to the Anunnaki, celestial beings from ancient Mesopotamian texts. This connection suggests that the Anakim were descendants of these powerful cosmic entities, akin to the Nephilim, who dominated the earth in ancient times. When the 12 Israelite spies returned from exploring the Promised Land, they reported encountering people great and tall, identified as the sons of Anak. Overwhelmed by fear and perceiving themselves as mere grasshoppers in comparison, the Israelites rebelled and refused to advance into the land. Despite assurances not to fear the Anakim, the Israelites' lack of faith resulted in them being barred from entering the Promised Land, with only Joshua and Caleb as exceptions. Consequently, they were condemned to wander for an additional 38 years in the wilderness. During the conquest of Canaan, Joshua successfully expelled the Anakim from the hill country, and Caleb eradicated them from Hebron. However, a small remnant found sanctuary in the cities of Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod. This enduring legacy has led many scholars to speculate that the descendants of the Anakim may have included the Philistine giants David encountered, such as Goliath of Gath, possibly linking them further to the mythos of the Anunnaki.
More proof that we're living in the upside down. Shortly before the Iraq invasion,
I am heard without a voice. Nothing is more powerful than God.
Getting crazy with this graphics, CGI. What's this about?
Django the Tall was one of the last remaining Nephilim to be known or seen by man. This picture, taken in the early 1800s, is the only known image of this otherworldly creature. The Nephilim, like Django, were the giants of the old days, fallen beings from the heavenly realms. Their bones have been found in archaeological sites around the world. What would you do if you saw this beast?
How did the Nephilim giants return after the flood? Part 2. It is well known that in Genesis 6 that hybrid Nephilim giants, a merger between heavenly angels and human women, were trying to replace humanity by outbreeding us. This is why God flooded the Nephilim out of existence, and yet the Bible tells us that they returned after the flood. So, how did they return? Another theory is that the Nephilim reappeared because, although Noah was perfect in his genetic makeup, one of his daughter-in-law's genes were not. In this theory, it is usually mentioned that Ham's wife was the one that carried the Nephilim genes onto the ark and into the new post-Diluvian world. Therefore, the new tribes of Nephilim continued on. However, because the genes were not directly watchers in humans, they became more and more diluted by human DNA as time progressed. This seems unlikely given the character of God. If he was wiping out the Nephilim genes, it seems obvious that he would wipe out even Ham's wife to do so. This is only one of several ideas, but what do you think? Tell me in the comments and come back tomorrow for part 3.
Who were the Nephilim? The Nephilim appear for the first time in the book of Genesis. They were a legendary race of hybrid giants, the result of the unnatural union between fallen angels and human women. They existed at the time of the patriarchs Noah and Enoch. These giants terrorized the people and took advantage of their enormous size and strength to do whatever they wanted, and it is said that they were very evil and perverse. The Nephilim were very violent and with superhuman forces that filled the earth with violence and terror, leaving death and destruction in their wake. Besides being mentioned in the book of Genesis, they are also mentioned in the book of Ezekiel. The giants that terrorized the earth were destroyed by the wrath of God through the universal flood. Undoubtedly, we do not know so much about our past that it would not be incoherent to think that this legendary race of giants called Nephilim have existed and terrorized for a long time. It is even believed that these beings are still alive, asleep, or hidden from all of us. Comment your opinion and follow me for more.
Footage from Land Beyond Ice Wall.
The people who run our society consider themselves gods, and that's why they're not explaining.
They think they're more than human.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, I go, they're not even human, because humans care about their environment and their neighbors, and humans care about, you know, other people's children. Of course. And humans care about living things.
Yes.
But they don't do any of that, and he goes, because they think they're more than human.
Oh, I noticed.
They
That's why
think
they
they're
want to live
royals. They think they're like royals in a rarefied sphere of DNA or something above us. Like, did they come from another planet? You know, when you hear people talk, I can't either. But
this is the podcast to speculate on it, though.
Well, because some people say, you know, a lot of religious people, they're into some deep rabbit holes of things, and I don't know anything.
Well, you can see why they are, though. I mean, so speaking for myself, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if this is the Nephilim, right?
I was going to say.
I don't know.
I know.
Here we go.
That's what I said.
No, let me just say. I said I don't know anything about that stuff, okay? I'm a very ordinary middle-aged man who spent his life following politics and theology.
Welcome to another insane reaction video with the Hustleman 3.0. Join us to uncover the full truth. Please like, comment, and share to join the Hustleman 3.0 and his most trusted pal, Wada Black.